Okay, so this is Bank Holiday Monday, day after Easter, the weekend, with the biggest weekend for Christians, where they celebrate the death of Christ and then the resurrection on the Sunday. And Christianity is not the only religion which focuses on death. Buddhism, they have a meditation where, in some traditions, where they will spend time meditating on death. And in fact, they will some monasteries they will have a skeleton of a monk who used to live at that monastery, and they will have the skeleton, the bones, on a box, and they will meditate in front of the skeleton, in front of the bones. And this all seems to us in the West incredibly morbid. We tend to ignore death. We tend to put it to one side. We tend to put it as if it's not part of nature, but we know it's part of nature. Birth, life, and death is all part of nature. So why bother meditating on something that we don't really want to think about? We don't want to clearly don't want to experience, and it's very difficult when we lose the loved one. What is the purpose? Is there any purpose to actually meditating, really, on death? Well, for many religions, there is, and it is about quality of life, not quantity of life. It takes me a little bit back to Bentham and Mill, really. Bentham's all about the quantity of pleasure, and see, and Mill is all about the quality of that pleasure rather than the quantity. And we focus so much in the West of quantity of life, of living a long life, where the religions, Christianity and Buddhism and Hinduism, it's about the quality of life. And one of the benefits of meditating, times when you meditate on the death of the leader of the religion, so in Buddhism it's Parinirvana, in Christianity it's around Easter time, is actually acknowledging that death comes to us all. It's part of nature, but it's about when we're looking back, what we're actually going to say about the life that we led. Are we going to say, yay, we lived for 80, 90 years? But are we going to look at the quality of the life that was led? And that's the benefit of not ignoring death, not putting it to one side, not hiding it away so we never acknowledge it exists, but to actually meditate on it so that we can actually look at our own life and go, okay, this is part of the cycle of life. What is the quality of the life that I'm going to lead? When I look back, is it going to be a life full of quality, or is it just going to be a life that is, I quantify, I lived for 70, 80, 90 years or 100 years? So for many people, for many religious people, it is about thinking about how can I make the life that I lead a life full of quality rather than just simply quantity. Bye.